Hi, welcome to Hope in the Light of Suicide. I'm Tammy White. I'm the founder and CEO of the Bobby White Foundation and your host for the show. Boy, last week I was talking about how busy we are. Summertime is usually a time for vacations and organizations not maybe being so busy, kind of like the heat of the summer, things are a little calm. It is just totally the opposite here. Although for the art gallery and custom framing, we are slow, but in a way that's good because the foundation, we are so busy. Of course, we're getting ready for our 7th annual Art for Hope fundraiser, which is our major fundraiser for the foundation, which is coming up September 12th. We've got a ton of art to finish up inventorying. We're looking for sponsors, out promoting, going to different events. There we are, September 12th at the Hilton Garden Inn again. They are just awesome. They're very good supporters for the foundation. This is the 7th year that they've hosted the event there for us. We're going to have light hors d'oeuvres, cash bar. Nailed down our MC for this year is Kim Romanowski. She was our MC last year. She did an awesome job. Our We're really fortunate to have great sponsors, which we need more. But our presenting sponsors, of course, our Hope sponsor is our own Area 52 Media Group, my producer, John Gaston, and we want to thank them for not only sponsoring Art for Hope, but for helping us put on the show and sponsoring the show. I literally wouldn't be here without them. So, also Rotary Club of the Nature Coast, which that's the Rotary I belong to now, and our Da Vinci sponsor, Precision Surveying Mapping. They've been with us also since the very beginning. It happens to be the company that Bobby worked for when he took his life. But they've been a support for us every year. And of course, our dessert sponsor, Leanne's Old Fashioned Cookies, is coming back again. She is super great. She's working on a second book, so she may even have her first book there. It's a really good book. It tells the story of how she got started, which is really amazing. But her cookies are even more awesome. And then again, our photographer, Rick Redmond, he's going to be back as our photographer, hopefully all nice and healthy. We just had Art for Hope volunteer meeting, and the guy had a heart attack last week and was at the volunteer meeting last night. He's just awesome. So we got those set up, but we have room for more sponsors. And the sooner you sponsor Art for Hope and or the show, the longer you get recognition on the show and in all our social media. So keep that in mind. It's an awesome event. It's an uplifting event. It's not a sad event. I think I'm pretty sure we have our. I need to check with him again. He said he was doing it. Our keynote speaker is going to be Logan Catt. He's president of American Painters out of Tampa. They do commercial and residential painting. Spoke with him a couple times. A young man that is super, super energetic. I believe he's in his early 30s. And about 5 years ago, he lost his dad to suicide. And he ended up coming back in to the family business to run the family business to help out the family after losing their dad. So, but he talks about when we spoke about the highs and the lows. He's young and he wants to look at the good side of life, and we all want to be happy. He wants to be happy, but he still has those times that it just you're fighting through it with everything that you have. And he's gonna be a great speaker for Art for Hope. Still trying to line up the music. I have an idea of who I would like, but I haven't got a chance to ask him yet. Um, and I can't really say a whole lot more about it, unfortunately, just in case. Um, but if I can line him up here in the next couple of weeks, it'll be super awesome. So we have gift baskets already coming in. I'm going to start showing some of those here in the next couple of weeks, but we do have some more artwork, which one of the pieces that we're showing this week, it's actually 3 pieces. It's a collection. I was huge, kind of still am, NASCAR fan. Grew up, my parents raced when I was a kid. Of course, back in the day, Dale Earnhardt was my favorite driver, and then Junior. So we have a collection. I call it the Earnhardt collection. It's 3 pieces. We have a couple sets of them available. They're 11 by 14s. And John, if you can pull them up, because I remember the names of 2 of them, but I can't remember the title of all of them. Okay. The one with Junior, An American Son, the Senior, An American. I can't even read it with my glasses on here. This one in the center is Bloodline. I'm an American champion. That's what Dale Earnhardt Sr. is. And the one in the center is Bloodline. Now, that piece in the center, I also have a large, I mean, it's almost not quite 30 by 40 serograph of that piece. It is an amazing piece of art. Maybe I'll show that next week, or I'll put it in the comments of the show, and also on the Art for Hope page. But I do have maybe 2 or 3 of the entire collection. They're approximately 11 by 14 pieces, each one of these. They make a really nice collection and display. And if you didn't want to pay to have them custom framed, which shame, you can get standard 11 by 14 frames for those pieces, but the serograph has to be custom framed because it's an expensive piece and it needs conservation framing. So, but that's just, adding to some of the inventory that we're going to have available for Art for Hope. We've got a ton of artwork, and we got inexpensive pieces ranging from $5 maybe. I think I was going through our list a little while ago from last year, and I think most of the $5 pieces sold last year, but we do have some inexpensive pieces all the way up to pieces that are a few $1,000s. And I've showed some of those earlier. So, but if you want to go to the Art for Hope Art for Hope Facebook page, we'll have more of the artwork shown on there, and then the pieces that we show on the show, I'll put in the comments. I need to go back and get caught up on that, but I will do it, I promise. So, talking about being busy this week, we got all caught up with the local police departments with our purple folders. The updated purple folders I delivered. I don't know if by last. I don't think I had it done by the last show. We got Megan Hayes, who is the victims advocate for the Newport Richey Police Department. She's updated with new folders, and we also gave them some of these flyers for their lobbies that we have. How to talk about suicide, the language you should use to discuss suicide matters. And we delivered them to the Port Richey Police Department, also has them. And I was just over in Dade City, and I had a meeting with, let me get this. I know this is kind of funky. I had a meeting with Captains Tungate and Captain Rowe over in Dade City, and they have the updated purple folders now. And we spoke with them too a little bit about our ideas of getting a second support group in Pasco County started on the east side of the county. Our county is ginormous, and it's an hour drive just about to Dade City, anyways. But I went to this restaurant near there, near the police department yesterday. It was the first time to get lunch. I was starving, and it was really good. But I can't. I can remember the name kind of, but I can't really remember how to pronounce it properly. But it's a really good restaurant, just like a block or two from the police department and city hall. So they were all excited, super on board again. I'd spoken to the police chief. I met with him actually prior to COVID when we gave him some purple folders the first or second time around. And so now everything's updated. You know, contacts are good. And so we're excited about that. Next is to nail down the Zephyrhills Police Department. I was given a contact, so hopefully within the next week or so we can connect. I've tried to connect with them in the past, and it has proven a teeny bit difficult, but I persevere. I do not give up. So we will hopefully be getting with them soon, and they'll have the purple folders. Then all the police departments in Pasco County will have our purple folders available. Of course, they're available here, and I did deliver some to. We have our first church on as a community partner, Our Lady Queen of Peace in New Port Richey down on US 19. They have the purple folders now, which is really great. So hopefully we'll be bringing more of the churches into the area in as a community partner with the foundation. So we're excited, super excited about that. It's a lot of work. Everybody is even our new partners. It's not like an overnight thing that happens. We've talked to these people. We've given presentations. I've given presentations gratefully at Our Lady Queen of Peace, and they've been great. So it's nice that they now have the purple folders available. So we just keep moving along, and our support groups are going great. Something really awesome is happening. So I kind of knew about it a few years ago, and I couldn't figure really out how to make it work. And I think I mentioned it a little bit last week that I really never have been like a huge fan of Walmart. I know I shouldn't say that, but being a small business person, that's just the way a lot of us feel. But I actually have to rethink my thinking, and somebody else agrees with me too. So they have a program for nonprofits, other community organizations and charities, where the local stores can give out grant funding, and they open it up. I don't know if it's every quarter, but I know that it's at least 3 quarters out of the year. And I was reminded about it from Tina from NAMI, who we partner with for our Spring Hill support group. And the grant funding for this past quarter was closing July 15th. So I went online, of course. Sometimes I'm really bad at this. I do things at the last minute. Makes me get them done, though. So I applied for 3 grants on a Sunday night, and then Monday morning. You can apply to up to 25 stores for a 1-year period. Stores around your area that your organization services. So Monday, I applied for the rest of the 25, so 22 more stores from Hernando County to Hillsborough County, because hopefully in the near future, in the fall, maybe late fall, we'll have a support group started in North Tampa. And so I applied for these grants for the support groups. And within the first 24 hours, our Hudson Walmart, it's a superstore, they granted the foundation $500. And then last week, and the money was deposited in the bank account the next day. And Friday, a Spring Hill Walmart granted the foundation $250. The money was in the bank on Saturday. So this is so exciting because we want our support groups to be a really healthy place for people to learn how to heal and to know that they're not alone, and just big support. And so, of course, me being in the artsy end of it and in my other world, I've been taking some classes for art therapy. So next month at our group sessions, we will be able to have supplies and start a program within our support groups for art therapy, so that we can service the people in our community and help them heal. And I'm so excited about that, and am so grateful to Walmart. um, really never thought that I would be saying that, but I super am. I mean, they are the philanthropic side of Walmart is it's amazing. So we out of the 25, so far we got grants from 2. We were denied from 2 stores. So we have 21 more stores to go. So hopefully if we get more grant funding from this organization, from Walmart, it will really help push us forward into getting our support group in the east side of the county started, and our support group in the Tampa area started. So that's a lot. It's exciting, and people are really grateful. They know that it's really needed in our communities, and that's what we want to do. We use our pain to help heal others. And I had one of the quotes I had put up, and it's been a while back, but I came across it this weekend, and I know I'm going to mess it up, but it's something like, now I'm not even going to try because I'm just going to totally mess it up. We'll wait for the one that I have for today because it's a good one too. It's a good one because with all these wonderful things that are happening with the foundation and with Art for Hope and with our support, there's still a hard side of it. And one of the things that we've talked about a lot in the past is the healing process. And within part of that, and particularly when you're dealing with suicide and suicide grief and trauma, it's really, sometimes it's hard to know who to trust. And with our feelings and how deep this penetrates us, not just mentally, because the mental part of it really does, it's not just in your head, it penetrates your entire body. And you have to be really careful who you share your feelings with and who you're going to trust in your life. There's going to be quite often times that people think, what are you doing? It's been however many months or however many years, and you're still grieving, or you're still talking about this, or but that's not their story to tell. That's yours. And you and I, we have the right to grieve and to heal at our own pace and at our own time. And we don't have to listen to what these other people say, because mostly they don't even know. I have that within my own family, not my husband's family, my family. And it's it's amazing, but it's not. I think I'm a slow learner, because I try to give people the opportunity and try and see the better in them, when quite often, well, in a couple instances anyways, there's not a better. And I just beat my head against the wall. And I had to come to the realization that um, this is just the way it's going to be. I've done all I can. Um, it I have to protect myself and my life. I can't have that negativity. I can't have that bad energy of someone in my life. It's just not going to work. Living this life, even without what we deal with being a lost survivor, it's hard enough. But adding this on top of just everyday life, it's a million times harder. And we need to protect ourselves. You need to protect yourself. You need to protect your mental health, which in turn protects and makes your physical health better, because it's all connected. It's not just a mental health thing, it's a mental and physical health thing. And it's super, super important. And so, with all this going through my head and trying um, to work things out so that I'm okay with it, which I should be okay with it anyways, um, I've had to just say, I'm done. And I have to let that part of my life, that part of my family go. That's the past. And I had somebody in the family say, the past is the past. And, you know, okay, the past is the past. So guess what? I guess you're part of that past, and that is part of what has to go, so that we can continue on and grow and learn and live. I mean, really live and be happy again, and so that we can help other people do the same thing. It's a tough road to travel. It really super is. But we can do it. But we have to do it with the people that we trust, and that is going to be good for our head and for our heart. And if that means cutting some people out of your life, really, really, you're going to be way better off. I'm going to be way, way better off. You got to surround yourself with people who care and people you trust and people who have your best interest at heart. And it's reciprocal. I mean, seriously, my producer here, John, and his family, they've been on this hamster wheel with me from the very beginning, but they've always been there to support me. Delin was the first one I went to when I came up with the idea of Art for Hope. I hadn't even started the foundation yet. But as soon as I said it, she was right there and has been, with us ever since. And John talking me into doing this show so that we can reach further and help other people. And it's not only because of what he knows, what I've gone through, and he's seen it, but he's gone through it himself. There are so many of us out there, and what we want to do is help others, so that maybe someday we can get to the zero suicide thing, which I was going to talk a teeny bit about that, because that's really all I've got left. Is I took another training today with the Florida Leads program, and it was it was the zero suicide training. And there there's 7 parts to this, and it was really originally called the Henry Ford Health System. It's a big long story, and I'll have to tell it at another time. But there's 7 components to it, which is lead, train, identify, engage, treat, transition, and engage. And it was only like about an hour training, but it was really good. More information, adding on to the other training that I'm doing, and then sign up for another training. It's called CALM, and it has to do with helping secure lethal means, and that's more of an in-depth training. So next week I will have a lot of information on that, because I will have finished that training, and it's just really great. It's going to tie into our Safer Gun program for the Pasco County SAFE program that we're working on. Our next meeting for them is, I think, August 5th. And so I'll have some information to share with them for that. So, yeah, it's a lot going on. And plus, squeeze this in too. I think August 12th, I don't know if that's the date or not. It's the second Thursday of the month. I'm the speaker at Community Service Council. And the 4th Tuesday of August, I'm speaking at the Center Club, the business luncheon. So I will remind you, we got a couple weeks. So now my quote that I was leading up to with my big dissertation there: trust the one who can see sorrow behind your smile, love behind your anger, and reason behind your silence. Just think about that. Trust the right people. Remember to put these phone numbers in your phone, have them ready, share them with people, and remember, please, there is always hope. Thank you.